I'm actually surprised. I'm shocked. Like legit, I'm surprised that my brain is still trying to process what happened last week. Because it shouldn't be.
Well, y'all just need to stop calling America racist. Stop calling America racist. America's not racist. I live in the state of Alabama.
I'm not making this video to start a race war. I'm making this video because I think one of the biggest reasons this country keeps ripping itself apart is because people have forgotten how to listen to pain without making it about themselves. And from the outside looking in, something I've noticed over and over again is that a lot of black people are not asking to be worshipped. They're not asking for pity. They're not asking for special treatment. A lot of the time, most of the time, they're just trying to explain what life has felt like for them and their families. And somehow, the second those conversations start, everything turns into a debate. No listening, no understanding, no curiosity, a debate. Are you sure it was racism? Well, that happens to everybody. Just get over it. My family struggled too. You're playing victim. You're dividing people. That was a long time ago. Just work harder. And it's like, damn. Can somebody speak about pain without immediately being cross-examined like they're in court?
It has always been racism with these people.
Have you ever wondered what their obsession with black folks are? Because sometimes I sit down on myself and start wondering, what is their obsession? Because there must be something that black folks actually have that these people do not have, that makes them to keep coming after black Americans. Like, you can't even tell me otherwise. There must be something that is happening that we all do not know, that you guys literally need to tell us. Because at some point I just wonder, why will somebody actually see someone that looks like myself and just try to pinpoint one thing that they have done wrong, or even when one unimaginable thing, okay, or imaginable thing, let's just say it that way, that they have done even when they have not done it. Okay, there must be something, because obsession is just out of place. Anyway guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I'm going to let the rest of the videos roll, then I'll come back with more commentary. Credit belongs to original creators of those videos. Please do what to like, subscribe, share, and drop your own take in the comments. So let's go ahead and watch the remaining part of the videos, then I'll come back with more. Let's go watch.
See, black folks know why they're here. Native peoples know why they're here and how they got here. A lot of Asian folk know, particularly if they're Chinese American, they know they got here because their ancestors were brought over to work on the railroads by the railroad barons who didn't care if thousands of them died laying track 19, 20 hours a day. But for those of us who are from Europe, we have this fiction that we've told, and we believe it, even though there's no truth to it. You know what the fiction is? It's two parts. Number one, we say things like, with regard to Mexicans coming over the border, with regard to immigrants coming over, but only that border. That's the only one we care about, right? The southern border. I find that interesting. We're not flipping out about Canada, right? We don't have any of the Minutemen or the anti-immigrant groups sitting off the coast of Nova Scotia with a gun and a scope trying to pick off the sneaky Canadians that are trying to sneak in here for our superior healthcare system, which after all would be a pretty stupid thing to do. But in any event, we only care about that one border, forgetting for a minute that that border was created at the end of a war that was started on false pretense by this country, after which we jacked half of their country. And you weren't taught that in school either, because our history books aren't interested in telling the truth. They tell this very patriotic history that has no relationship to the fact. So that border is artificial. Mexican folk who are coming here, documented or not, let's be clear, are coming home. Their families were here before our families were here in almost every instance. But we forget that, and then we say things like, well, I don't mind them coming. I just want them to come legally like my people did. The hell does that even mean? Come legally? There was no law to break when our people came. The fact that we didn't break a law that didn't even exist, you don't get cookies for that. You don't get a pat on the back and a gold star because your great whatever was law abiding when there was no law that he could have violated, even if he wanted to. But we've told this lie that we came for these upstanding principles. So we'll say things like, well, our people came for liberty and freedom, democracy. These people are just coming for stuff. They're just coming for jobs. They're just coming for healthcare. They're just coming for stuff. We came for high-minded principle, right? Because we believe that. What kind of third grade version of American history is that, right? Like when Donald Trump says, well, Mexico's not sending their best. What the hell, you think Europe sent their best? Europe? No, our people were the losers of Europe. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just telling you the truth. Our people were the losers of Europe. The winners didn't get on the boat. You understand what I'm saying? The winners didn't leave. Why the hell would you leave if you were winning? Only the losers left because they had no choice. They were dying. They were starving. They couldn't support their families. A lot of them were convicts who were sold into indentured servitude to work for rich European people. They were barely above the level of a slave themselves. The idea that we had we didn't believe in liberty and freedom. And we know that because once we got to the colonies, we set up the opposite of liberty.
Has always been racism with these people. I need you to understand that the Civil Rights Act was only passed 62 years ago. The average age of the House is 57. The average age of the Senate is 64. The average age of the Supreme Court, which just dismantled the Voting Rights Act, leading to these map redraws disenfranchising black voters across red states, is over 65. The president was damn near a grown man when the Civil Rights Act was passed. The same guy who took out an ad advocating for the death penalty for the Central Park Five. Half these people in power are older than the civil rights legislation in the US. And do you think everybody just changed their minds and got along after it was passed? No. Businesses in the South shut their doors rather than serve black Americans. Public spaces like city and county pools closed down rather than integrate. Public schools shut down rather than integrate. You had shootings on public beaches in places like Texas, mob beatings in places like Georgia, police beatings across the country. We've had lawsuits about desegregation all the way up into the early 2000s in places like Texas. In the wake of Katrina, you had white people just taking pot shots and shooting at and killing black Americans in the street just for being outside and calling them looters. You've got people being found hanging from trees in modern times. We've got the media calling one group of people rioters and another group of people doing the same thing, but maybe even more violent, peaceful protesters, or just going on a guided tour. It has always been about discrimination, subjugation, and opportunity for a specific group. And to the women who voted for this, do not be shocked when the voices calling for an end to the 19th Amendment, which are on your side, start to get louder. Do not be shocked if a court case comes down the pipe and this time it's aimed at you. Because again, it's liberty, representation, and opportunity for one group. Just look at their slogan. First of all, America has never been great for everyone. But make America great again. The time frame they're talking about, it was only great for one group that looked like this. And we should be great. We should be the greatest country in the world for everyone here. But unless we get these people out of power and undo the damage they have done, we never will be.
White man from the South says they saw black people as pets.
As far as the colored people were concerned, I feel that they were a good bit happier than they are now. They had less in the way of material things. But I can remember back in the 20s, when I was a small boy, they were always singing at their work. They had a great sense of humor. And now today, they just don't seem to care much about that as they used to. And I think they've lost their sense of humor somewhat, which I deplore.
Mr. Hasty, what did you think we were before you began to think of us as human beings?
Well, in a way, we thought of you almost as a very superior pet. Something, or rather someone, we had to take care of. Because we had to do so much of their thinking for them. We had to do almost everything for them that, except living their own lives. Anything outside, we had to do for them.
Stop looking at the people. Stay focused on your mission. Your time will come. And the difference is you'll still be there when they're gone because you're doing it the right way, the ethical way. And it's going to take you more time because you've got to learn how to be focused with the noise all around you. You're always going to see people who are not doing things the right way seem like they're getting ahead. And what they're really doing is just using the principles. You operate in the principles, but keep your integrity and your intentions right. That is how you outlast, outplay. It's time, detail, and effort. Keep going. Stop looking to the left or the right.
I'm actually surprised I'm shocked. Like legit, I'm surprised that my brain is still trying to process what happened last week. Because it shouldn't be. This country is built on hurting black people. United States of America will, they'll if they hear that they can hurt a black person, they'll get it done in minutes. If they hear that they are going to help somebody, they'll have to set up studies. They'll have to have whole committee meetings about it, all this different shit. They got to the Voting Rights Act. They pulled out them old racist maps. They went, here you go. And in Alabama, they had tornado warnings going off. They could have been killed by a tornado, but instead they said, wait a second, before we run down to the shelter, we got to go get rid of black representation. In Tennessee, they went and destroyed the coverage of Memphis. In Mississippi, they are going to go use the building where they seceded from the Union. Because their current building's under work. They could wait. They could just wait until the building's ready. And in a lot of these places, they're suspending primary elections that have already started. And the thing is you go, okay, well, maybe the Democrats can push back. Well, I don't think you're missing a big part of the issue here, which is that in this country, if you're a Republican and you want to hurt black people, there are no laws to stop you. But if you're a Democrat, you want to make anything better, not only do you have to be perfect, but every single court in the fucking country will show up and kick your shit in. Because that's what just happened today in Virginia. They set up a 10-1 remander, try to fix this shit to counteract Texas, and the Virginia Supreme Court said, no, how dare you? You can't possibly use the weapons of the enemy. We have to let it be perfect. Even though the voters chose in Virginia. The voters chose that map in Virginia. In Texas, Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi. God damn! What they had to do? Get a bunch of white men in suits and ties to go, boom, map's gone. They didn't have to hold an election. They didn't have to hold a fucking press conference. They didn't do any of that shit. And now who's going to suffer? Black people. Black people are going to suffer. And here's the thing I know about black suffering in this country. It trickles up. It trickles the fuck up to everybody else. Because the whole purpose of what the South wants to do right now is to reinstitute a hierarchy with just a few white families on the top and a bunch of dumb fucks stuck in the middle and an entire base of black people that those dumb fucks can look down on. That's where we are. That's where we've always been. But for the last 60 years, we had the veneer that we had moved past it. Enjoy your $2.50, America.
It's been 1 week since the Supreme Court gutted the Voting Rights Act, and southern states have already undone decades of progress. Florida immediately jammed through new maps, even though they passed a constitutional amendment in 2010 against gerrymandering. Louisiana suspended their primary to push for new maps, even though 42,000 votes have already been cast. Tennessee Republicans just voted to break up Memphis and get rid of the only majority black district in the state. Alabama Republicans passed a measure to delay their primary if courts allow them to redraw maps. South Carolina Republicans are extending their legislative session to, you guessed it, gerrymander their maps. That's all in 1 week without Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. 1 fucking week. A single week and black Americans across the South are about to lose equal representation. It's almost like the entire civil rights movement was aimed at passing the Voting Rights Act for a reason.
At some point I was just wondering, is it that there is something black folks are literally doing that we all do not know? Like in America, maybe there is something they are doing wrong that nobody have been able to talk about. There is something they are doing wrong that, make all of these people actually come at them. But having to see them now coming out to actually say that, it's been racist all along, it now makes a whole lot of sense. Seriously, it now makes a whole lot of sense, because something is definitely wrong. These people actually have some kind of obsession that they have literally refused to, take care of. Yeah, I think it's taken care of, because there must be something they are doing, okay? There must be something they want, okay? They have seen that black folks have that they literally do not have, that makes them to be so much obsessed with them that you see somebody will not make a line of statement without saying, oh, they are the ones who actually have issues. Like the person that said, whenever I come to a flight and I see a black man as a pilot, I would say, hope he's not DI higher. That is the height of literacy that I've seen play out in real time. Like, this person didn't even hide it. He literally said it out in the open for a lot of people to hear. That's to tell you how much obsessed they are with, yeah. You can't tell me otherwise at this point, because for a very long time, it has looked as if, black folks were the problem. But right now, no, you can't tell me otherwise. There must be something that these guys are literally not telling us. There must be something they are literally, trying to hide from everybody around the globe, okay, that they literally love about these people, but find a way to make it look like they are the problem. Meanwhile, they want that particular thing from them. Yeah, there must be something, even though they try to rub it off and just bullshit it and say, oh, no, we literally do not want anything from you guys, you guys to stop doing this, stop doing that, you guys are the problem. When everybody talk about you guys, then that means you guys literally have an issue. It actually makes a lot of sense right now, because their own people are now literally the ones coming out to say things and say, oh, these are the things that you guys are literally doing. Okay, our own people are the problem. I love the fact that they are not the ones coming out to say it, because for the longest, black folks has always been the ones saying it, but right now it's their own people coming out in front of them saying that we are the problem and they need to stop it. Like, I just wonder, like, whenever there is an issue, like global issue, or maybe in the country something happened, the first person that they think about is someone that looks like that. I don't know if you guys remember when TK was, so you heard what that governor said about, I just hope he's not one of us. I just hope he's not. God help us. I took time, I was praying. I was praying for how many hours that man said he was literally praying that he was not one of them. They just wanted to not be someone from their clan or someone around them. That's exactly what they want. They try as much as possible to, rub it in and push it into somebody. Yeah. Okay, so these guys, I love the fact that their own people are not the ones coming out to literally say the truth and expose the realities that play deep inside them. It has been rooted inside them, and I love the fact that their own people are not the ones coming out to say all of this out. But yeah, guys, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Let's talk about it in the comment. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit belongs to original creators of these videos. I look forward to seeing all of my next video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop your one take in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye, my loves.